What's up, guys? Welcome to Rebel Fitness Academy. My name is John Hamilton. I am a mindset and fitness coach and the creator of Rebel Fitness Academy. A little bit about my story. As you know, if you've been watching this channel, I, spent 5 years incarcerated as a teenager coming into adulthood. And basically, through all the hardship and life lessons that I've learned through my struggles and, creating a way for myself to make money and overcome everything that I went through from being incarcerated and being a double felon. I'm here creating this channel, creating this program, creating Rebel Fitness Academy to take all the lessons that I learned and give it to the world. So without further ado, what we're going to be talking about today's lesson is how a man should think. How a man should think, right? So boom, we're going to get right into it. How a man should think. Okay, so many men are having problems. I feel like the youth, not just the youth, but older men as well. I feel like a lot of men are lost. And the reason why you are lost is because the way that you think and the way that you have your foundation set up. As a man, everything should be set up through your foundation. The first thing that happens when you build a house or a building or something, the first thing they do is build a foundation. Without the foundation, the entire building shall fall. Correct? Right. So it's the same thing with your life, right? So the principles and the theory that I teach is the 7 pillars of foundation, and the 7 pillars of foundation are mind, body, alignment, income, mobility, environment, and purpose, right? So those 7 things hold you together and keep you uplifted as a man. And I can almost guarantee that if anything in your life is out of whack, or you're not succeeding or reaching the goals that you want to reach, it has to be within these 7 pillars of your foundation that something is off, which is causing the decisions that you make or things that happen to you. Something is off. It rocks your foundation because you don't have your 7 pillars solid. So today we're talking about how a man should think. So with the first thing right here is number 1 pillar is mindset, right? And so within your mindset, there are 3 things that you should be doing that should be shifting for you. So you have number 1 is an identity shift, and you must shift your identity into a person that is the person that you are trying to be, a person that is going to be congruent with the goals that you are trying to live, right? And then second, you're going to have what's called a paradigm shift. So first, it's the identity shift, which is the way of how you think of who you are. This is my identity. This is what I am. A paradigm shift is similar, but it's more so focused on the way that you view the world and the personal beliefs that you have about the world, also including yourself, but more so to the beliefs that you have in the world. And then the third would be the mindset shift of creating this attitude of that you will never ever give up. With those 3 right there, you can shift your personality into anything that you want to be. And in order for the world to reflect and your goals to reflect of how you want it to be, you have to shift internally first, right? So boom, let's just say for the sake of this is Rebel Fitness Academy, and you said that you wanted to be in shape. So your identity would have to be something of a person that would be in shape. Like, what would that person be doing? How would he think? How would he act? What would he be eating? What are the things that he would do every day? Your paradigm must be of a person that's in shape. You can't be having a paradigm of a fat person and driving around and thinking, oh yeah, I'm about to go eat this Wendy's, I'm about to go eat that. Or to give you another example, like my dog, his paradigm is of a dog. If my dog's paradigm was of a bird and he was to go try to jump off the balcony and fly, what do you think would happen? Well, he would die because he's a fucking dog and he's not a bird. It's the same thing. You have to have the identity and the paradigm of whatever you're trying to be, and then you make the decision to never ever give up, right? So this is how a man should really be thinking in the sense of terms of that. So you have your mindset. I'm going to write all 7 pillars here. You have mindset, body, 3. Number 3 is alignment, Number 4 is income. Um, Number 5 is mobility. And when I say mobility or transportation, that's the vehicle that you use to get from point A to point B in the sense of your goals. And also from a literal standpoint of every man should have a vehicle, because how are you going to get to work back and forth and all of that stuff without having a car? But that's another pillar, right? And then you have environment, the way your housing is set up, if you even have your own place, and then also the people that you surround yourself with, and then purpose is your North Star, which ties all of these pillars here together. The purpose ties it all together, because now by you doing all of these things, the purpose gives you the North Star, the reason for why you are doing these things. And as men, our jobs are to protect and provide, from period. I don't care. You can call me sexist. You can call me whatever you want to call me, but our job as men is to protect and to provide. I 100% believe in gender roles. I 100% believe you're supposed to get down on your knees and fix the tire. I 100% believe you're supposed to be taking out the garbage. I 100% believe you're supposed to be going to work or having your business and taking care of your family. That's not to say that your wife can't contribute, but I 100% believe that as a man, you should be able to take care of all of those things as your own, and then whatever family, wife, children adds on is just an addition to that. But with or without that, you should be taking care of your responsibilities to protect and provide. And you are unable to protect and provide if you do not have the right mindset, right? Then a man should be controlling the way his body is. Now it is true there are many successful men, financially and in the business standpoint, that are not in shape. But what good is having all the money in the world and all the business in the world if you are going to die young from being unhealthy? Health is wealth, because none of this, the number one goal from a primal standpoint is to stay alive. So to be taking care of yourself, to be eating proper, to be working out, you want to be able to last long and be able to enjoy the money. So working out and taking care of your body and eating the right things and putting the right things into your body, that's a form of self-love, and that's also a way so that you can make sure that you are here to enjoy your money. You are here to enjoy your family. You are here to be capable of protecting and providing from the literal primal standpoint, right? And then you have alignment here, right? Alignment is number 3. I say soul, but we use alignment so that people can further understand. And that's like the syncing of the body and the mind together. So it's like you can't have a healthy body necessarily without really having a healthy mind, and vice versa. So it's like once your mind becomes healthy and you make the identity shift, you make the paradigm shift and the decision to never give up, your mind has now become healthy. You're stepping into the light. You're stepping into the way of the person that you want to be, the person that aligns with the goals that you want to accomplish, correct? Right? So then boom, now it's like, okay, well, with the goals that I want to accomplish, obviously I want to be a healthy man, and my mental health and my physical health tied together. So now we're going to be working out. Now we're going to be eating the right foods. Now we're taking care of ourselves. We in the gym 5-6 times a week and following these habits and principles that are going to make us more healthy, right? So we have to be aligned in that standpoint. And then we also have to be aligned where our decisions, right, have to be congruent with the goals that we set. So we can't set these goals that we want, but then as we step outside, we begin to move outside of our alignment. For example, like say a man is a businessman, a husband, and he wants to be a good husband to his wife and a good businessman. Well, that man cannot then go outside and then spend his money on a bunch of hookers and blow his fortune on gambling. That is not aligned with a man who wants to be a good husband, a good CEO, and a good business owner. So we must be moving in alignment. And this is all about the way that a man should think, all about, the 7 pillars of foundation. Then we have income, right? So I know it kind of sucks for us as men, I think. But I mean, truly, it's just the way the world works. Because if you are not making income, if you cannot provide, nobody gives a fuck about you. period. I'm here to keep it real with you. Everybody can say that they care about men's mental health. They can say that they care about men, and they can say that we're so special and stuff like that. Hey, listen, bro, if you cannot provide, if you are not making the proper income to be able to protect and provide, maybe some women may tolerate that, right? Some lower level women may tolerate that, but she's probably going to be cheating on you, doing all type of things. You are not going to be respected in the world, right? So in my opinion, with women, their value more so can come, not saying that it's only that, but their value, a lot of their value in the marketplace and in the work world can come from their looks, something that they are born with. They are born with the way that they look, so they can walk into a room and possibly pull a high level businessman and become on the side of him and reap the benefits of everything that he's done just based on the way that they look. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the way the world works. But as a man, you don't have that luxury. If you are not making income, if you are not able to protect and provide as a man, you are not on shit. I'm telling you right now to your face, if you cannot protect and provide, you are not a man. That's what a man's job is to do, is to protect and provide. So this income part right here, as a part of a man thinks, man, look, you need to be making money. I don't care what. Hey, don't jag yourself and be like me and do the wrong thing and end up in prison. But what I'm saying is give it all you got to make sure that you're making the right income, because the income is going to give you the money and the tool, the power to be able to do what you're trying to do and accomplish your goals. Then number 5, you have mobility, right? So mobility or transportation. And this mobility or transportation is basically the vehicle that you use to get from point A to point B. So, for example, my vehicle was when I came home from prison, my vehicle was truck driving. Through truck driving and obtaining my CDL, I was able to save up a lot of money, make $119,000 in my first year being home from prison, and stack my money up. And that was able for me to be able to start my car rental company, start my coaching business, start my YouTube channel, get my apartment, get my car, get everything that I need to get my like basic sense of foundation. So you need to be picking the correct vehicle to do mobility. You're not going to fucking get to $100,000 by thinking that, because when I was in high school, I would go and buy boxes of candy for $30, right? And it would have, I mean, not $30, for $12. It was $12, and then it would have 30 pieces of candy in there. And then all the candies, I would sell them for $1. So I'd make about $28 per box of candy, and I would do like 2 boxes a day, right? That was cool when I was 14 fucking years old, right? That was the right mobility vehicle for a 14-year-old when I just want, snacks and, a little bit of money to buy a bag of weed or go buy myself a pair of shoes. But as a grown man, that would not be the right vehicle for me in order to move forward. So you guys need to pick the right mobility vehicle to be able to move forward. Number 6, environment. And I know I'm talking a little fast here, but I get excited when I talk about these 7 pillars of foundation, because I'm telling you, I was at rock bottom. I was locked up, and everything went bad for me. I didn't have my freedom. I didn't have any money, but I still was able to build myself up because of these 7 pillars of foundation. I built my foundation, and now I am unbreakable, right? And I want to teach you the same exact thing. So when we talk about environment, I want to talk about having your own kingdom, having your own castle as a man is very important. You should not be mooching off the next person or sleeping on your mother's couch or not being able to take care of yourself or having the right environment. Your environment, your home, your apartment needs to be your kingdom, and it needs to be your castle. It needs to be clean, and it needs to be set up for in a way for that you to be able to succeed. For example, where I'm recording this video at, I can't touch the camera because it's on a stand, but where I'm recording this video at right now is my content room. I have a room that's set up for me to work out and make content. This is successful for me. This is a way for me to be successful because this room is set up for me to succeed and be able to accomplish my goals. It's an environment that's set up to be able to accomplish my goals. And the other part of environment is the people that you surround yourself with. You have to be careful about who you surround yourself with. If you are around 4 rich people, you will be the 5th. If you are around 4 broke people, you will be the 5th. It's whatever. You don't see eagles flying with geese. Eagles don't fly with geese. It never works that way. Birds of a feather flock together. So you will become what you are around. So if you don't like the people, if you don't like what you see, take an inventory of your friends, and you don't like what you see and you think that you want to be better than them, then it's time for you to find some new fucking friends and move the fuck around. Hey, look, bro, this is about how a man should think. So I'm not here to coddle you or do anything like that. You need to man the fuck up, stop hanging out with them low life nobodies, and become what the fuck you want to be. Number 7, purpose, right? This is my favorite one because it ties everything together. You can do all of that shit I just told you about, right? And then you can end up getting lost because you don't know what's the fucking reason. Of course, everybody wants to be rich. Of course, everybody wants to be in shape. Of course, everybody wants to make more money. Those are basic, generic goals, right? Why do you want to do it? What would that do for you? What is your purpose? What is the reason for you being on this earth? What the fuck is your purpose as a man? A lot of these men out here are fucking useless and pointless. You can't fucking fight. You can't fucking change a tire. You can't fucking help pay the rent. You don't have a fucking job. You sleeping on your mom's couch. What the fuck are you doing? You a grown ass man. Get up and get to the bag. Get up and go chase your fucking goals. Stop sitting around going about, oh, why me? Why me? Why this? Why that? Shut the fuck up. Period. Go get some fucking money, chase your goals, work out, get in shape, stack your money, build your credit, start a business, understand your purpose. Period. Like, and I'm not here to coddle anybody or nothing like that because nobody coddled me, right? I'm here to be that big bro to tell you, get on your shit, bro. Period. Get on your shit. Nobody wants to hear none of them sob ass sad stories. We all got a sad story. We all got stuff that we've been through. Look, bro, I was locked the fuck up, bro. Sad as hell, heartbroken, crying. All the bitches left. None of my homies wasn't doing nothing for me. Hey, look, we all been through something, right? But you don't see me here standing here and complaining about it, right? What did I do? I took a negative situation. I learned what I could from it, and I made it positive. Follow your fucking purpose. Hey, that's it. This is Rebel Fitness Academy. This is my video on how a man should think. Here are the 7 pillars of foundation. I want you to study this. I want you to learn this. I want you to become this. Build your foundation. And if you need any help with that, or with everything that I just told you, I offer a coaching service. The link is in the description. You can follow me on Instagram at Rebel Fitness Academy. We got hoodies, we got merch, we got everything you need, but I'm here to help you become the best version of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and in every way possible. Rebel Fitness Academy.